Shalom. Shalom. Through the Spirit, today we're going to discuss, deceitful woman, a moral woman. So this is Proverbs. Oh, first and foremost, I want to say, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shabbat Hashem Kakadash. But this is Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. So a strange woman is talking about a deceptive woman or an adulterous woman. You know, her words or what she say is really deceptive. You know, she talk real slick. So you might have a female that say, yeah, like she don't got no dude, but whole time she telling you, like, you know, she telling you words that's gonna make you want to deal with her. And that's how most of these females are in this society. So then, verse 4 says, "But her end is bitter as a wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword." It's gonna cut on either side. Then it says, "But her end is bitter as a wormwood," you know, and that can be symbolic because in the end, you know, when you find out, like, damn, she really do got a guy, and you know, at that point, if you didn't mess with it, it's adultery. So then it says, verse 5, "Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell." Verse 6, "Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable that thou canst not know them." So less means to avoid the risk of, or in case of. So in case you should ponder on the path of life. And what path of life is it talking about? It's talking about her life, because then it says her ways are movable that thou canst not know them. So women are real sneaky, man. They're real sneaky. It says her ways are movable, and you know, they don't really have their eyes single, set on one thing. You know, they're here just to have fun, you know. Just like it reminds me of that one verse in James. It talks about an unstable man a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You know, these women are very they more than double-minded. They got so much shit on their mind. They just want to have fun, man. They just want to have fun. So they really unstable. They can be moved, as it says right here. Her ways are movable. Verse 7, "Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, depart not from the words of my mouth." And what is that? The truth. This Bible. Verse 8, "Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh the door of her house." So don't even deal with females like this. And why would you be at the door of her house? For sexual advances. So it's referring to adultery, because we're gonna get that in these later verses, Lord willing. So then it says, "Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed." So when you're older, you're gonna mourn. You can be like, damn, like you really gonna regret what you did. You can be like, yeah, damn, why I do that? Because by that point, you done lost your honor, your respect, your self-respect, just everything. And then it says 12, "And say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof." So don't, if that ever does happen to you, it says, then you say, how have you hated instruction, because you didn't listen to the instruction. What is the instruction? The truth, this word. And it says, "And my heart despised reproof." You didn't want to take the correction of the advice you were given. Verse 13, "And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, and not inclined my ear to them that instructed me." Yeah, so that goes back to verse 12. Didn't want to take the instruction from the elders. Verse 14, I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. So then we know it's talking about an adulterous woman, because it says, "Drink waters out of thine own cistern, which is a well, and running waters out of thine own well." So it says drink from your own. So that means that it has to be someone else's. That's symbolic right there. Then it says, let thy waters be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own. So mess with your own woman, and not the strangers with thee. And strangers is it says strangers with a little apostrophe at the end. So that's talking about that the stranger owns, or that's the stranger's woman. So that would be adultery if you're messing with another person's wife. So then it says, let thy fountain be blessed, rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? So just mess with, why would you want to mess with just like a random out here that has a husband? And then it says, for thy ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. So the Lord knows everything. He can see everything. The goings of a man are of the Lord. Roughly paraphrasing. So he knows everything. So then it says, okay, so you go back to verse 20. It says, why would you do that? And then verse 21 says, the eyes of the Lord are on everyone, basically. So yeah, why would you do that if you know that the Most High is always watching? Verse 22, his own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. So it says the wicked himself is going to be taken away with his iniquities. And what's the punishment for iniquities or sins? Is death for most sins. And it says, verse 23, he shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. And this reminds me of when Esau's about to fill his belly, he's gonna be destroyed, roughly paraphrasing. That's when the Lord wants to catch you. He wants to catch the wicked and those that are attached to the ways of the wicked. When they got their pants down, he want to catch you when you feel like you gonna get away with whatever you're doing. Because again, it says, in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. So when you feel like you the top dog, that's when you're gonna be whacked off. So hopefully those edifying. Call her Layim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, told me truth and rule well. Shalom.